it is hard to keep it Gucci with some of these ladies. Hello, everyone. It's me again, Delightful Soul. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can hear more content about your favorite celebrities, my opinion, and what's happening around the world. So let's get into this video. Well, this is one of the better episodes this season, okay? And that is due to Sheree. And I'll talk more about her later, but I want to get the lightweight storylines out of the way. Drew and her video for her song she has out. She met with Rage, which is a music video director. And Laura, she mentioned her movie Step Up, and he didn't even know it, me either. So he was open to using other models to be in the video, but they settled with Rat. Okay. Then you have the scene where Sonya and Sheree met up for cryotherapy, and she talks about her husband hasn't been home in a while and his business is doing good in Texas, and he is considering moving it to Atlanta. And this is when Sheree came up with the idea of having a brunch, naming it Keeping It Gucci, where all of the ladies wore some Gucci accessory. And guess who didn't get the... And I'm going to go in on her because she knows better. So if they're not selling it at the flea market or in Marshall's, she might have done this on purpose. And I presume that she didn't want to get the assignment. She goes by the beat of her own drum. Then you have another scene where Sonya meets up and Candy expressed that Sonya is not giving her all of her loyalty. In essence, Sonya can't be friends with Marlo and her at the same time, wanting Sonya to pick a side. And I'm glad that Sonya stood her ground and said that she doesn't have to pick a side, and she doesn't. This is not middle school. I mentioned in one video where Candy confronted Sonya about her response to what someone was saying about her, and come to think about it, Candy has not been a good friend herself to the other ladies in the group. So in order to get that loyalty, you have to give it. And it's not like she wants them to be her true friends. She has true friends that are not on the show. She just wants to build an alliance against people who she really do not care about and feel threatened by her. And she feel threatened by them. Where she teared up Candy about losing her brother. And we all can agree that people grieve in different facets of moments that they're in. But my question is, if you understand the gravity of gun violence and violence in general because you were affected by it, why wouldn't you consider that when you are opening your businesses? Proper security and things like that will avoid all of this powwow. And Courtney talked about a blind date that she possibly have, and Courtney helping her clear her record, and she was appreciative for all of that, because instead of tearing her down and using her past against her, Courtney stepped in and tried to help her. Now, this is the part where Kenya meets with Dr. Thrasher and she wants to consider having another child. She talked about having frozen embryos, which belong to her his complicated husband, allegedly Mark. She slipped and said within the contract, in which a lot of people are focusing on, that she is entitled to those embryos based on their contract, and which a lot of people have doubt whether they are married or not. Now hold up, wasn't that Kenya in the first episode talking about somebody's reproductive system, saying that they have powdered eggs? So I guess it doesn't matter. Powdered eggs, frozen eggs, scrambled eggs. With that being said, it is a concern that Kenya wants both of her children to have the same father, and I can understand that. But the possibility of her carrying a child for full term, as her doctor explained, may be a little risky. So she might consider a surrogate. I'm not sure about that, but that is an option. So let's go ahead and fast forward to Sheree's Gucci brunch. There we have Sheree, Sanya, Courtney, Candy, Drew, Marlo, and Kenya. And Sheree gives a touching speech about friends and to bring them all together. Now, there were some, I believe, issues resolved, such as that between Sanya and Drew, and Sanya and Kenya's bottle. Okay, it does look suspicious, but that's none of my business. And as Marlo began talking, Kenya was being very rude and disrespectful. And Marlo began to leave, but not before Drew thought that Kenya's behavior was acceptable and she would join in. But here's the problem. Whatever they had to discuss, at least Drew probably would have been involved, because she was in the after conversation after her performance. But it was between Candy and Marlo. And these attack people went into their mode. And even when Courtney met with Marlo about this issue with her nephew and how she felt about Candy and her response, Courtney asked her, "Why didn't you say something then?" And Marlo responds, which I don't know. She said, "I didn't see her a lot at the time to discuss that. And there may not have been an opportunity to bring things up." Some people do not bring up a lot of things, drama or anything like that, when it's not necessary at the time. And also, Sanya making it clear that she's not going to choose sides. And I can agree with that, because they have been mean to her and have said some things to her. That's why her husband had to step in and say, "You're not going to disrespect my wife." So here we go. Each franchise has a theme. For instance, RHOP, they have those gotcha moments. I want to catch you in something, and never tell us about their personal experiences or lifestyle. And now we got RHOA, and it seems like a survival show or some other type of reality show where alliances are unnecessary. With Candy and Marlo tragic experiences, I believe that with open minds, no interferences, and listening to each other and responding to each other in an undefensive way, they may be able to resolve their issue. And I have a problem with people who do not show grace when grace is necessary. And I don't believe that Marlo and Candy share the same values of a friend. But Sheree put this keeping it Gucci gathering together like an OG. Let's come together and air out our grievances like grown women. But the only problem with this method is you can't have too many children at the table. So, y'all tell me what you think about this story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.